Nadjejda. Hi, I'm Nadjejda Chapoteau. I love to dance. Welcome to Soulful Conversations with Nadjejda. I am the host of Soulful Conversations with Nadjejda. This song is by Jay Perry, Haitian artist. I am Haitian American. This song is called Qui es souye. It means who are you, and then it says Haïtien moye, which is Haitian. I am Haitian. Thank you again, Jay Perry, for allowing me to use your music. I'm really thankful because music. I love to dance. Dance is what I'm most passionate about. So I reached out to him and asked him to use his music. So I wanted to give him credit for this. Aside from dance, I'm very much passionate about social justice, empowering women and children by Homeland Haiti. And actually, today I'm going to talk about Haiti, empowering Haitian people in general. But I just have a very special place in my heart for women and children. And I love spending time in nature. I love the beach. I'm in Miami, Florida. This is where I currently live. And I also am I love to read. I am a clean eating enthusiast. I'm always looking for the next clean eating recipe to eat and to make and enjoy. I have a cookbook that I'm such a big fan of clean eating and really cooking healthy food that I wrote an ebook that I published in 2014 called Love Light Recipe. It's Love Light Recipes. It's on Amazon where I share my clean eating journey because I went through this whole journey of cleaning up my diet. I kind of fall off the wagon at some point, and I'm like working my way back there. And when I say it wasn't like I fully wasn't eating clean anymore, it's just that I ended up putting back in my diet certain things. And I wouldn't even say like I was basically having them. It's not like I just basically was like eating them like they were regularly my thing, but I just wanted to make sure that I like to be authentic. So it's not like, and I'm also about moderation. I'm not about cutting certain things off completely, but certain things I still have them once in a while, even when I'm on my clean eating best days, best periods. So either way, I'm a self-love educator, certified professional coach, speaker, author, spiritual teacher. Professionally, what I do is I help ambitious and purpose-driven women, specifically women rising leaders. I help them reconnect with themselves, get to know who they really are, embrace and love their authentic self so that they can really show up and step up in the leadership role that they were born for, really speak their truth. Because I truly believe that speaking our truth is very much allowing our true selves to be seen, really being able to make the impact that we were born to make in the world is very much linked to the type of lives, to loving ourselves. Because I know for myself in my own journey, until I took the time to love who I am, which I'm still in the journey, because loving ourselves and getting to know ourselves, it's a evolving thing. It's a journey. It's not a destination. But I've been able to really speak my truth and share myself, allow people to truly get to know who I really am, show up as who I am when by taking the time to get to know me and to love myself. Because, just like with anybody else, you can't love somebody until you really know who they are. And that also means knowing their dark side, knowing the darkness, their shadows. Same thing with ourselves. It's really about accepting ourselves the way we are and the way we're not. And yes, we can be able to make some changes, transform ourselves, heal the parts of ourselves that we're ashamed of, but it's about really embracing it too. So either way, so that's what I've helped women do, because I think once we do that, that's when we really can step up. We can have the courage the confidence to show up, which the confidence comes from doing it, from practicing doing it. So this is actually episode 59. I was hoping, but it just turns out I was hoping this is my last episode of this season. So this is actually my last episode of 2018. So if you're going to be listening to this, whether it is on Apple Podcasts or my website, www.lovelikecoaching.com, or on my YouTube channel, Love Like Coaching with Nadjejda's YouTube channel, if you're going to catch this when I'm in the middle, when we're in the break, when I'm in my break, I want you to know we will be back. I have decided, because I want to give myself some time, and I have a trip coming up. I have some stuff I'm working through. I will not be back until January 2014. So I have to look, since I'm here, let's see. The first episode that I'll be sharing, what am I saying? January 2019. I think I said 2014, so sorry, guys. So the first episode will be shared on Thursday. The next episode, which will be the new season, will be shared on January 3rd. So that's when the next episode will be. But, if you're not familiar, if you're just landed on this, whether it's on my website or you just discovered me, know that there's plenty of episodes for you to read. For you to go and listen, for you to watch. Specifically, the last 8 episodes, which includes today, I really took it. It was, I'm going to come back with my guests. Not to say that every episode is going to be me with a guest, but I will be interviewing people again. Because if you notice, if you go back to my the first episodes, a lot of them, I think most of them were me interviewing a guest. But I really made the decision for this season. And I recently, I would say maybe like a month ago or so, I decided that I wanted to do them in season. So Soulful Conversations is not a podcast that is running all year long. I've decided to break it down into seasons. So we're going to have 3 seasons per year, and each season will have 8 episodes, so 24 episodes per year. I may increase it at some point, but for now, that's just what works for me. But I will be back with interviewing other people and also myself going solo come next season, next year in January 2019. So I just wanted to make that clear. Today being the last episode, I think when I first started of this season, of course, when I first started this season a few months, I guess about 2 months ago or something, I said that I was going to be talking about Haiti. I may have talked a little bit about Haiti because I took a sabbatical. I think it was about almost 2 months. It could have been 2 months from my podcast. I can't recall exactly, but I took a break from my business. It was a short one, but it was still, sorry, I forgot to turn my phone on silent. And I took a break, and I said I was going to talk about Haiti because one of the things that I really got when I took that short break from business, I did have some things that I was running, but I took a break from my podcast. I took a break from social media. I took a break from my email list. I was just really taking care of the stuff that needed to be taken care of, and just really taking time for myself. And I said that one of the things that came up for me was my homeland, Haiti. So this is very much a part of my story. So it's still very much a part of me sharing more of myself with you all. So sharing with you all. So basically, one of the things that came up when I, pretty soon, I think it was within a few days to a week, I can't recall exactly right now, because I felt like God, my higher power, was asking me to, sorry, I think my dad is visiting and his phone is there, and they're not home, but his phone is there. So anyway, one of the things that came up for me, what when I took my break, right, like I said, within a few days to a week, was first of all, I felt like in a way, the way I felt when I left my 9 to 5 job, which this year marks 6 years because it was in September 2012 was my last day at my last regular 9 to 5. I've done some temporary work in between, but this is like my last one. And I felt like I wasn't making a difference. Felt like and I felt like I wasn't, and I was like the same feeling, and specifically when it came to Haiti. Now, you may be thinking, if you're not familiar with me, if you're not familiar with my story, if you don't know me personally, you might be thinking, okay, but her business, what does that have to do with Haiti? So, most people know me as Love Like Coaching with Nadjejda, especially if you don't know, if they haven't known me for a long time, because my business, I do business, my coaching, speaking, and training is Love Like Coaching with Nadjejda. But when I started my business, when I left my job and I registered my business name, it's called Light of Haiti. So Light of Haiti is my LLC. And I chose to call it Light of Haiti because my intention was always and is still that I did not want to go nonprofit, which at some point, before I even thought about starting a business, before I even thought about leaving a job, like many years ago, I always thought that, okay, at some point I'm going to have a nonprofit because I wanted to sponsor, I wanted to promote access to quality education in my homeland, Haiti. I wanted to, sponsor programs that empower women and children there. And I decided to go for profit. I was looking at social entrepreneurship and everything. Because for me, I decided, okay, I'm going to start a business. And I have to say, I made some pretty, which were not, looking at them right now, they were not smart investments. Because for me, when I started my business, first of all, I was like, I've never had a business. I left my job because I really didn't feel empowered there. I wasn't making a difference. Actually, the company I was working for, the organization, the American Red Cross, I was working in the Haiti program. I didn't feel like they were making a difference in Haiti. They were not, I wasn't happy with the work there. So I left. And for me, I really wanted to make a difference there. And so I share that because, I hired a business coach, but it was a group program, which probably was not a fit for me, which wasn't a fit for me. But either way, so I made some investment because for me, I'm like, wait a minute, I have to be able to do this, make money to take care of myself. And I have to have money to give back to Haiti. I have to, be able to sponsor programs there. So for me, I have to say that I really wanted to make money in my business and make money fast in my business. Now, obviously, I wasn't doing it in terms like I was like overcharging or anything like that. But just to say that I got caught up in the hype that many business coaches, many people are telling people that, when you first start, like I remember this particular person was like, oh, I can make you make 6-figure. Where really, this is not realistic. And that's one of the things this year has been a lot of like, really reconnecting with myself and really looking at, I'm making a lot of changes in my business because I'm making it a lot more conscious because I'm a conscious person. So I'm making it a lot more in alignment with me because I've realized how so many things did not work out because in a way, I was building, I was like following people. I was like paying attention and hiring people whose values were not aligned with mine. And their business models, which I was trying to fit my business model into, wasn't aligned with me, with who I really am, with my true self. Again, not to say that there's anything wrong with them because there are people who are doing it and it works for them. It just didn't work for me and many others. So either way, so because I have to say, well, I want to go back since I'm going to talk about Haiti. Before I left my job, so I left my job in September 2012. Um, when I start in December 2011, I took a trip to Haiti because with the American Red Cross, it was my first trip with them because I was working at the headquarters in Washington D.C. At the time, I was in Washington D.C. I took a trip to Haiti. There was this whole workshop, whatever. At the time, I was still in my honeymoon phase in a way with it, with the job. Not sure if I call it completely honeymoon, but it was just I wasn't really thinking about leaving. And at some point, but I was not very happy with the work that they were doing there. And turns out, and I'm gonna be very honest, I was supposed to leave. I was supposed to leave on a Thursday. I was not gonna have time. I did want to visit a camp. It was after the Haiti earthquake, and there were several camps. I did want to visit a camp, but because I was going just for the workshop, and I think it was like a 3-day workshop, and we were there all day, so really there was no time for outdoor thing. I think we went out to dinner the first night. I don't know if we went out again, but either way, I did go and meet family one night. I remember. So either way, I was supposed to leave on a Thursday. Now, what happened is um, there is this Haitian band that I love that plays roots music, Ram. They play at this hotel in downtown Port-au-Prince every Thursday night. And there was this whole thing that many times the staff, whenever the people from DC would go to Haiti, many times people wanted to catch that show. And I was like, oh my God, I want to. And I went and asked my boss, I said, you know what? I'll pay for the difference. I'll pay for it. I really want to stay. And then, and I got the approval to stay. And when I decided to stay, I was like, you know what? Since I'm going to be here an extra day, I'd love to go visit a camp. So while I was in the office that day, I asked to go because they were going to go. I don't remember if I think they were going, but either way, I went and visited a camp. While I was there, I met these two kids, and they were telling me how they were there. I think the two of them, I think they were in school. I can't remember right now, but they were like, wow, they were looking up at me and telling me how they wanted to be like me. They wanted to be able to work, to be able, at some point, to be able to have a life, to be able to take care of themselves, to be able to, you know, and I was telling them, yeah, well, are you in school? And that's when I asked, I said, well, stay in school. And the thing is that in a way, like I said it, but I knew that if things continued the way they have been in Haiti, if organizations like the organization that I work for continued the way that they were working in Haiti, which was really not really making a major impact and not really being, being efficient, these kids would not have that. So in a way, I felt like I was lying to them. When I came back, between being dissatisfied with the work that the organization was doing and knowing the situation in the country, I kept dreaming of these kids. They kept coming up in my dreams. And I felt like, in a way, I was failing them. I wasn't making a difference really for them because the organization I was working with wasn't making a difference. So that's when I was like, okay. And then things started getting worse. And that's when I hired my first coach, which was a great investment, by the way. I hired my first coach. He was a career coach. But to me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and look for another job with another organization. I do have to say, when I went in, although I ended up doing a lot more than my position title was, I remember I didn't get the position that I really wanted. I went in with another position because, the other position wasn't available, and they were like, you need more experience, whatever. I remember saying within 6 months to a year, if I don't see myself going up the ladder, I am going to leave and go somewhere else. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not happy with their work. I'm not saying that I'm growing, I'm not making a difference. I often describe it as my light was not shining. I truly believe that when we're not feeling empowered, when we're not making a difference, when we're not really able to show up as our true selves, our light isn't shining. So that's when I hired my coach. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to hire my coach. I'm going to hire a coach, a friend who's a coach. Connected me at the time. I didn't even think about me becoming a coach. So I was gonna go look for another job, and then through coaching, that's when I decided that, you know what, it was time for me to do my own thing. So just sharing that to tell you how this is kind of like how what led me to working with a coach and then to doing my own thing. So Haiti has always been very much a big part of that decision. And of course, a lot of it has evolved because I also realized that in some point I was hiding behind Haiti and I needed to focus on I needed to like get to know myself and deal with my own stuff and really allow people to see me and get to know me, you know? So either way, this is going to be another episode. So because here's the thing, I haven't made enough money to be able to make a difference in Haiti. I haven't made enough money to be able to give back in the way that I'd like to give back to sponsors. And so one of the things that came up for me was that I don't know if it was, I think it was last year, maybe even before. I have a friend, somebody I'd met with an organization I volunteered with in DC before I started working there while I was looking for work. So we were talking, actually, she was a client at some point, a coaching client. She worked with me. And we were talking and she's like, you know what, Nadjejda, you're doing such great work. I want you to come to Haiti. I think young people can benefit from your work. You know, it would be great for you to come and do a training or workshop. And I was like, yeah. And then first, they were looking, because here's the thing, funders, people who, they don't fund personal development, that type of personal development. They don't fund mental, I don't know if I want to qualify it as mental health, but like, mindset, um, empowerment, self-empowerment. That is not something that is funded, especially in a country like Haiti. So, because for them, many times they see, okay, people there, they need to eat, they need clothes, they need to go to school. That's what they see, or healthcare, whatever. But they don't really see the mental. They don't really see how, if you don't believe in yourself, there's only so much you can do. If you have these limiting beliefs, if or sometimes that is why there's this in some way, and a lot of times those funders, they create this whole dependency in countries like Haiti, where they don't really get people to become self-sufficient. People keep having to need from somebody else. So we were trying to think about funding, and she said they would not fund this. They're not funding it. And she was like, this is such an important piece that is not being taken seriously, that is not being looked at. So then I said to her, at some point, I said to her, you know what? I was like, oh, maybe we could do like an Indiegogo or something. And I kind of mentioned it to her, but then I kind of like, I was like, you know what? I need to focus on my business. I need to focus on making money so I could be in a better place financially for myself, and I can be able to give back to Haiti. Because in my mind, I kept thinking, I need to make money to help Haiti. I need money to help Haiti. I need money to help Haiti. Not to say that, we don't need money, but this is what I got. So when I was feeling like, when I kind of stopped and I didn't have to write to my email list, I didn't have to post on social media, I didn't have to think about writing a blog post or whatever, I was like, oh my God, like this thing came on. I was like, wow, I'm feeling like I'm not making a difference there. And then it was like a divine intervention that I heard this voice that said to me, I got that Haiti doesn't need your money. Haiti needs your presence. Haiti needs you. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I need to go to Haiti. Um, and I don't remember if I was thinking about it myself, or maybe that's when I said, you know what? And then I shared it with a friend of mine who's also, I had a coaching session with her. And actually, I'm going to be working with her again soon. Her name is Kat Kim. Actually, she's been here twice. So if you've seen other episodes, maybe you've seen the episodes with her, because I brought her in 2017, last when I first started my podcast, and then I brought her in this year as well. I think it was in April. I can't remember, but I brought her in sometime this year. Again, she's actually been the only guest that I've brought in twice, because we really, I really appreciate her. She's a dear friend of mine. And so she was like, Nadjejda, I feel really good about this. Like, I think you could go a GoFundMe. And I was thinking about it. And let me tell you, I created a GoFundMe and it has been so successful. So what I did was, after talking to Kat, to my friend about it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to reach out to my friend in Haiti. So reached out to her and I said, and I have to tell you, I replied to an email that I had not replied with her from like last year. And I said, listen, I know it's been a while that I've replied to this. But I just want you to know, we need to get the ball rolling on this. Let's talk. Let's get on Skype. Let's talk about this, because we need to make this happen, because I'm being told that I need to go to Haiti, that Haiti doesn't need my money. Haiti needs me. And we're going to need to figure out a way. And I think, a GoFundMe to like get me down there, because it costs. I'm giving my time, my expertise. So we're gonna, I will help you raise the money to get me down there for the trip. And that's exactly what we did. I will be going later this year. I'm not sharing the dates for my own security. And I have to say, like, we're a little bit over a month. I mean, we're a little bit, we're a little bit short from the goal, but we're very close to it. And actually, I think I surpassed my first goal, because there were certain things, that some expenses that we didn't think about, and we had to like get together and talk about it. And we ended up increasing the goal. And we're very close to doing it right now as I'm speaking to you. Who knows, maybe by the time you listen to this on Thursday, we would have made it already. But I have to tell you, I'm sharing this because, I want, maybe for you, you might be in the same situation where you're thinking that a situation, something that you want to make an impact with, is actually, you need to have the money, or maybe it's something else. And really look to see, like, because sometimes we think that a situation requires this, and really what the situation really requires is your presence, or something totally different that you actually not thinking about, that you are able in this moment to do it. Like, I know for myself, giving of my time for this is something that I have. I'm not like booked to the point that I couldn't go to Haiti, Yes, I had to, create the GoFundMe page and ask friends and family and, people, the organization, ask people that they know, whatever, to like pitch in to make it happen for my stay and my trip there. But it's like, this is something that I didn't even think about. And, to think about it, and again, it's not a matter of coming from a place of regret, but to think about this, I was thinking, you know what? I could have been doing this for the past 3 years or more, or maybe because sometimes, here's another thing. Sometimes people might see that, okay, they want to see results before they go and say, okay, we're going to fund this, So, and here's another thing. That's another thing that I truly believe, that many times when you do things that you're like feeling more fulfilled and everything, then you're in a place to attract even more of it, So sharing that with you, for you to really think about, maybe what is it for you? Maybe there's something, that you're thinking you can't make a difference with yet, or you can't do this yet, because that's what I kept thinking. I can't help Haiti yet because I don't have the money. And I didn't need, and really it was like, Haiti doesn't need your money. Haiti needs you. Don't worry about the money. And this was actually one of the things that I could say that really made me feel that, like, when they say don't worry about certain things, like don't worry about the money, because that is the thing. Once I took the steps and everything, like, I couldn't believe how smoothly this was going, and how the money was just flowing in. The money, like, to make it happen was like flowing in. Um and here's another thing. When I first started, I was in a place in my business where I wasn't really happy, in a place in my life where a lot of stuff was happening. Where this year has been a very challenging year for me. It's been a lot of year of growth personally and business wise. And I have to tell you that this um, putting together this trip and really seeing the response has brought me so much joy and fulfillment, that is just like just the other day I was not really in a bad space, but and I went on Instagram and I saw this Haitian artist. He posted this video of these cute little Haitian girls and other boys, like they were saying these little funny things, and just to see their faces. I'm going to Haiti. I'm going to be doing a training for young community leaders. So I know it's not going to be these little kids that I'm going to see, but I know that I'm going to see kids and even them. But it's just that it brought me so much joy, and it made me even more excited about my upcoming trip this year there. Because just to see them, it made me think about those kids at the camp. And it made me feel that if I was having any doubts, which I wasn't, but it's like, yes, I know that this is what this is where I need to be, and this is what I need to do. And I know that I'm going to be coming back from this trip feeling so fulfilled and so ready for more of them, and being even more inspired for the people I work with, the people I'm about to work with in my business, and my life and everything. So wanted to share that with you. So I will. So when you will be hearing, by the time I come back in January 2019. So on January 3rd, 2019, when I release a new episode for for the next season, you're gonna be hearing about my Haiti trip. I'll be sharing. I'll be giving all the details. If you follow me on social media, you'll probably see some videos and pictures before then. I'm not sure. I'm doing some work with my Light of Haiti website. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like off maintenance by then. So I hope to get it by then. So hopefully that will be the case. But definitely, I'll be sharing more. Definitely, I'll be adding them on my, specifically if I still don't have my Light of Haiti website ready to be off maintenance. But I'll be sharing them on Love Like Coaching. So I do want to say something, just because I touched on it. This is like, I don't have anything. I don't want people to think that I'm saying I'm having something against business coaches, because I don't. I do have to say, there was a time where I was focusing a lot on working with women who are coaches, women coaches, or other creatives, entrepreneurs. I was focusing on that and helping them find their niche and their message. Messaging is still my thing, niche not so much. What I've learned in my own journey, and actually I have to say, even one of the coaches I worked with in the past in a particular program with another coach, she said that. And after my experience working with coaches who are not business coaches, and coaches who are business coaches, who call themselves business coaches, my advice, I do think business coaches have a role. But I would say to people, the ones that are like asking you for a lot of money, a lot of them are not that great. A lot of them, they're kind of selling you something that is not real. And my experience, like one of the mistakes that I said, like for example, when I was working with my career coach, I would also call her like a life coach to me. She said to me when we were like done, we worked together for almost like about 6 months. She said to me, Najeda, I would love to continue working with you. I think it would be great. And I said to myself, because obviously I didn't know, because that is the thing that for me, I feel like there are times that I'm like, I've beaten myself up over the mistakes that I've made with investments. Specifically, I made one last year that I was like, oh, but I think that, you know what, these are all things that I could use not only for me to learn, but also teach and let others know about. She said to me, and I was like, you're not a business coach. I need to work with a business coach. I don't remember if I said that. Maybe I didn't say it exactly like that, but I know that's what I was thinking in my mind. Like, you're not a business coach. I need to work with a business coach. Well, here's what I've learned. And especially after like, having that session with Cap, I actually worked with a relationship coach too at some point. I would say it's a lot more important for you. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're just starting out in business, if you already have a life coach, you already have a coach that is working with you on getting to know who you are, loving yourself, letting go, like shedding your old self and working through forgiveness, working through like that healing part. If you already have that, okay, and you can afford to work with a business coach, like I said, you also want to be mindful with the ones who are like promising you all these things. But that's fine, okay? And I have to tell you, there are people that I noticed. I actually know this guy now who actually is a business coach. And let me tell you, he's not charging like when I see what this guy is charging and his values are a lot more in line with me, and I know somebody who works with him, I have to tell you that I'm like, wait a minute, where was this guy last year? Okay. But basically what I'm saying is it is a lot more important for you to work with somebody who's going to help you on your mindset. But let me tell you, make sure that this person really knows about mindset. Talk to several people that they've talked to, and not just the people who give them testimonials. Okay. And when I say mind, like the people who are going to help you get to know who you are, love yourself, the people who are going to really like more what you call a spiritual life coach or a life coach, an empowerment coach. Because what I've come to realize is that who we really are, our issues, all of our stuff, like all of these things, they impact our businesses. And if we're just focusing on how do I get people to know about me, like, how do I make money, how do I craft my packages, like if we're just focusing on that, you're not doing the work to really heal yourself, to really let go and remove, release, and transform those limiting beliefs, all of these things. And that is like one of the most important things that you need to do. And I can tell you right now, because actually that is one of the things, like if I had to choose, like I'm about to start a program with my friend, and she's not a business coach. And that's the thing. Sometimes we're thinking that the person is a business coach. Then the thing is that you still can work on your business. You still can gain clarity on so many things when you're actually doing the work on believing in yourself, or doing the work and getting to know who you are, And that's another thing, like coaches have coaches, because some people may be thinking, well, if she's working with somebody, yeah, because I have my own stuff, same as you. So if I were to choose, like right now, if I'm in a position, like I am choosing, and I've chosen that I would rather work with somebody who's going to help me with my inner work than somebody who's going to help me with my business. That's the choice that I've made, that I'm making. And that is the choice that I wished I had made. And that's why, but it is what it is. I'm not beating myself up over it. But that's my advice to any of you who are like, because here's another thing. Sometimes first of all, it's like the other day I was listening to Brene Brown and Marie Forleo, and it's what you see on Instagram and other social media, it's a lie. And there are people You don't even know. They're holding on to a 9 to 5 job. So if you see them, pimping their, like saying that their business is going great and everything, many of them are working a regular job, or they have other sources of income, or they're not telling the truth, or maybe you're just thinking that everything is all great when it's not. So if you are going to start a business, or maybe you're already an entrepreneur, and you're noticing that you've been investing so much in business coaches, or you're thinking about that, but you're not thinking about investing in people that's going to help you do your inner work, that's going to help you get to know who you are, that's going to help you do your self-love journey. Like, if you're not investing in that, in healing, you're doing yourself a disfavor, because that's what I did. That is exactly what I did. The investments that I've regretted making in my business since I started this journey have been investments that were all about, only one that, this person was supposed to help me with my mindset, but turns out that this person was not doing that. And maybe we were not a good fit, or this person really hasn't, at the time, she didn't know how to really do it. So just to tell you that, really, really, that's my advice to you based on my own experiences. And let me tell you, I'm still paying for these investments to this day. I'm paying for these investments that were not smart. And if you are like me, where you made them, let yourself off the hook, because that is the thing and that's one of the things I talked about in my first episode when I came back. Well, first episode this season. So I think it was 51 or 52. I can't remember now. I think it was 52. It was by myself. I think it was 52, where I was talking about letting go, talk about regrets, I talk about letting go for an empowering place, and just really tell you, I don't want you to feel that, because I think that's what has happened with many of us, especially in the coaching industry or other industries, where we may feel like we've invested so much on people that told us they was going to show you how to make 7-figure or 6-figure and whatever it is. And we didn't get those results. That in a way, now we no longer trust people. We think that we don't need the work anymore or whatever. And here's the thing that I would say is that, well, you know what I would say? Find somebody that really resonates with you. Find somebody that is going to help you with your inner work. And even if they tell you, like the people who tell you that they work on mindset, talk to people, who have worked with them, and not just the ones who are giving testimonials. Because let me tell you, those testimonials are many times it's people who are their friends, or, there's something I heard the other day, and I truly believe it. Many of us, sometimes we need more hand holding, which is the people who need coaching. We need more hand hold, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love to work with a coach. That's something for me that I truly love. And because I like, for me, this is where I find myself being safe, and I could really, share myself. So anyway, what I wanted to say about that is that really take the time to, okay, that's what I was saying. Some people, you don't know where they're at in their journeys. You don't know who they, because for example, there are people who start a business based on what they were doing in their work, a regular job, and they already had a bunch of contacts. So you see them being successful, sort of, quote unquote, making money and from the beginning. Well, it's because this person has a foundation. You see people who are like getting clients right away, or you hear they work with this person and this person, like things just took off for them. It's not that there's something wrong with you and then they're like doing great, or you're unlucky and they're lucky. No, it's that. And it's not that many of them that they've done the work and you haven't. Many times, some people, they already had the connections, or some people need less hand holding. Maybe they need less, maybe they've already done some work that you haven't done, whatever it is. But what I'm trying to say is that, I heard this guy who's a business coach said that recently, where he was saying that many of the people that those coaches who are like promising this and that or whatever, or that you see the successful stories, many of these people were going to make it anyway without them. Because that is the thing. There are people, and you don't know where they're at in this journey. I remember that's one of the things Marie Forleo said when I did B School the first time. She was saying there are people, this is not their first business. For some people like me, it's my first business, you know? So just really be mindful of who you're choosing to work with and what you're choosing to believe, you know. So I really wanted to like make a point on that before I let you go. And again, like I said, I can't wait. I actually was not planning to talk about that because I thought I was going to talk about Haiti only. But since I did mention the investments, I thought I wanted to like touch a little bit on that, just to let you know that for me, that's my advice to anyone who's doing business, to anyone in general, you know, because that work is so important. It is so, so important that I tell people that. And that's the thing, I think sometimes people like me have made that mistakes, is that where we think, oh, I just need that business coach that's going to show me how to make six figures or whatever. And then we're actually, I've been doing work on my own. Yes, you know, but I think that I probably would have gotten to, you know, to a different place, you know, to the place where I really want to be much faster if I had chosen something different. But then again, like I said, all is not lost, because look at how I can teach people on this. I can talk about it. I can coach. Like I would never, like you know, if I had a client and, you know, they haven't done that type of work or whatever it is, if there's something they're missing that I'm not able to provide to them, or let's say they're not a good fit for me or whatever, we're not a good fit for each other, I would tell them, I could recommend people to them. I wouldn't tell them to go and get a business coach, because I know that that work is a lot more important, because that work determines so much on what really happens to you and your business or whatever. So anyway, I am going to wrap it up. Again, new episode January 3rd, 2019. That's when you're going to get a new episode. I'd love to hear from you based on what I shared. Let me know what came up for you. If you're on Apple Podcasts, leave me a review, rate the podcast, leave me a review. That's another thing I'm asking you to do. That is how people, first of all, I'd love to hear your feedback. It's something I appreciate. I'm also looking to have more people know about the podcast. So the more people that I have who rate and leave us a review, leave me a review. Since I'm a one-woman show for now, the more people that can know about it, and I'd love to really impact people through my podcast. So I'd hope you do that. If you want to find out more about me, visit my website, www.lovelikecoaching.com. If you choose to subscribe, you know, subscribe to my podcast on Apple Podcasts. If you want to subscribe to my email list. For now, I have my monthly newsletter, which you'll see the tab newsletter on my website, lovelikecoaching.com. This is same for those of you listening to me on YouTube. I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment below the video or visit my website. You can even click on the link to the episode. I'd love to hear from you below the video. Subscribe to my monthly newsletter. I have a monthly newsletter where I share my best content with the people on there. And then also when I'm back, when when Soulful Conversations is back in season, every week for the 8 weeks that we are on, you'll get new episode on your directly delivered to your inbox every Thursday. And then my newsletter comes out every first Tuesday of the month. So like I said, subscribe below the video on my website. Below this post, you'll see the form. Put in your name, your email address, so you could subscribe and you'll get other tips and inspiration from me. Again, I love to hear from you. Have a great holiday season. I feel like it's kind of weird to be saying it, but because I am going to be gone, obviously, if you're on my email list, you'll be hearing from me next month and also in December. But for those of you who are on my podcast, you won't hear from me again until next year. And I won't tell you Happy New Year. I'll tell you at the time when I come back, since I will be back like 3 days after the new year starts. So thank you all for listening. Again, like I said, I'd love to hear feedback. Also, if there are questions, if you listen to this episode, a question came up for you, or maybe other episodes, if there's a topic you'd like for me to expand on, you'd like for me to say more about, please feel free to let me know. I'd love to hear from you. If you are, let's say you want to join me as a guest, I am going to be creating a form for that pretty soon, come before I start next year. But let's say for now, that's something that you feel that you want to share with me. Um, Visit my website, www.lovelightcoaching.com, and contact me through there. And let's talk, okay? Basically, what I'm seeking are women who have a story to share. I want you to be. I'm looking for deep, meaningful, authentic stories. People who really are okay with with opening themselves up and letting themselves be seen. That's what I'm about. I'm about deep, hard conversations. So please feel free to reach out. Until next time, love and light. And again, like I said, have a blessed holiday season filled with love and light. Love and light. Bye. Oh, this thing is not.